Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about an unbelievable true story of a girl who survived a horrific plane crash in the Amazon rainforest all by herself. In 1971, a 17-year-old Peruvian girl named Julianne Koepke boarded a plane with her mother and 90 other passengers. They were flying from Lima to Pucallpa when suddenly lightning struck the aircraft. She drank rainwater and avoided wild animals to stay alive. Juliana said that she had followed a river downstream, and that helped her to survive. 10 days alone in the jungle and without food. Juliana was taken to a hospital where she recovered from her injuries and was reunited with her father. She had also kept calm and consoled herself that even if she didn't make it out, she would go down in history as the only survivor of the crash. The girl who survived a plane crash alone in the Amazon rainforest. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. All the while, she was calling out for help. On the 10th day, she was spotted by some local people who were searching for her. They had heard about the plane crash and were shocked to find her alive. The plane broke apart mid-air, and Julianne fell from over 10,000 feet. Miraculously, she was still alive and strapped to her seat. It was a very dense jungle below. She had no way of knowing how far away help was, or even if help was on the way, but Julianne was determined to survive. With a broken collarbone and only one shoe, she managed to walk through the thick undergrowth for 10 days. When asked how she managed to survive for so long, as it turned out, Juliana was the only survivor out of 90 passengers on board. She had survived a fall from 10,000 feet. This is one of the most incredible survival stories ever. So there you have it, folks, the amazing story of Juliana Koepke. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about the girl who survived a plane crash. The young girl's name was Julianne Koepke, and she was only 17 years old. She was flying over the Amazon rainforest with her mom and 90 other passengers. Suddenly, the plane was struck by lightning. It broke apart mid-air, and Julianne fell more than 10,000 feet, but she was still strapped to her seat. When she woke up, she found herself in the middle of the dense jungle. Her collarbone was broken, she had only one shoe, and she hadn't eaten anything in 2 days, but miraculously, she was alive. For 10 days, Julianne struggled to survive alone in the jungle. She drank rainwater and did her best to avoid wild animals. One day she decided to follow a river downstream. Days turned into nights, and nights turned into days. On the 10th day, she was spotted by some local people who were working on a farm. They couldn't believe their eyes. They rushed to Julianne and offered her water and food. She was then taken to a hospital where she recovered and was reunited with her father. But this is not the end of the story. You won't believe what happened next. Julianne was the only survivor out of 90 passengers. How did she survive for 10 days without food or water? How did she manage to escape the clutches of wild animals? And how did she find the strength to walk through the dense jungle? Well, the answers to these questions lie in Julianne's incredible will to survive. When the plane started falling apart, she held on to her seat for dear life. This is what probably saved her life. When she fell from 10,000 feet, the seat cushioned her fall and protected her body. If she hadn't been strapped to the seat, she would have been flung into the forest like a rag doll and might have died on impact. But she was lucky. The seat acted like a giant parachute, slowing down her descent and allowing her to survive the crash. After the crash, Julianne was in shock for quite some time. This is a common reaction to severe trauma. It can help a person stay calm and focused in a dangerous situation. In Julianne's case, it probably helped her to get through the ordeal. But what about the days that followed? How did she find the strength to walk through the jungle without food or water? Well, according to experts, when the body is deprived of food, it goes into a state of shock. This can slow down the body's need for energy and make it possible to survive for longer than expected. In addition, adrenaline and other hormones released into the bloodstream during a traumatic event can also help a person survive for days without food or water. In conclusion, Julianne's survival was nothing short of a miracle. She managed to survive a 10,000-foot fall, endure 10 days without food or water, and escape the clutches of wild animals. Her incredible will to survive and the natural chemicals released in her body after the crash helped her to make it through the ordeal. Now it's time to ask you a question. What would you do if you were in Jillian's situation? Let us know in the comments below.